Grace Greenfield family. Maddie and I coming at you with CG Live. We have lots of updates, especially with Next Gen updates. But here are just some church-wide updates that we thought you guys might find interesting.
Yeah, so big exciting news. This week we have CG starts school. So we've been in meetings the last couple of weeks just with all the new teachers, and it was so fun on Monday night getting to hang out with all the families that came for back to school night, meet a ton of new teachers, and just excited for the school year. So if you're on campus this week at all, you'll just feel the buzz of excitement and just maybe even hesitation as we head into the school year. So pray for all students as they're all starting school here either last week or this week. So.
Definitely lots of energy.
Yeah.
The other thing that we would like to you guys to know, and your prayers are appreciated, is right now the LCMS convention's happening in Milwaukee. That's where Pastor Tim is. And we could really use your prayers over that whole process, and that good resolutions are decided, and that the Lord is glorified in all those decisions, because I know it's a big deal. And we love our Lutheran church, and so we just want to see it prosper, and grow. So
totally. Also, this Sunday, August 6th, we have our new sermon series. So if you've been with us through the summer, we journeyed through the Psalms, and now we're going to head to a sermon series called Influenced, talking about what it means that we're influenced by different things in the world, maybe even influencers online. If you have social media, might know what an influencer is. But all of those things, how do they influence us, and how do we let God influence us as well? So I'm really excited about this new sermon series this Sunday.
We hope you've also been enjoying the confirmation testimonies. I think this coming Sunday will be the last ones that we'll see. But we're going to talk about some confirmation in a little bit. This Sunday, August 6th, CG Kids starts off. After a break in the summer, we had a modified schedule at the Gilbert campus. But 9 o'clock service, you can drop your kids off in the school lobby. We have preschool through 6th grade are the grades we offer for that. And then at 10:45 service, it's kids' church. So bring your kids to church. They'll be there for the first couple songs. We dismiss them, and then they can come back to you after the service, before the service is over, and that's preschool through 4th grade. What does it look like at East Mesa?
It's the same kids' church model as in the 10:45 service. So they'll come to church with us for a little bit, and then we'll go back to our specific programming, and then they'll come back before the service is over. So join us at both campuses on Sunday for CG Kids.
This summer, Next Gen had so many fun things that we did.
Definitely.
And it's just a different feel than during the regular school year with all the programming. We kicked it off with Vacation Bible School.
Yeah.
Actually, before that, with junior high camp.
Oh, yeah. We went to Tonto Christian Camp with our junior high students.
And all the Lutheran churches in the area.
Yep.
So that was cool. And then VBS.
Yep.
Great time. About 400 kids total.
It was stellar. That was our theme.
It was, yeah. So it was actually very stellar.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What else did we do?
We then went to Idaho with some of our youth. So we're going to do some interviews today. So you get to hear from some of our youth about our different things that happened this summer. So we went to Idaho with some of our youth. And then at East Mesa, we had a kids' night out, which we got to see over 40 people from the community just come and have a night for all about kids. And the parents then got a date night, so that was fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Always things happening with Next Gen. It's so fun. We have a fun job.
We do have a very fun job.
So we're going to hear from a couple of students right now who are in our confirmation program and let you know kind of what that's about in case you know any 5th and 6th graders who would like to be starting this program. We're going to tell you a little bit more about it. Here we have with us 2 confirmation students. They just finished the 2-year program. We have Gabrielle Korb.
Hi.
And Bella Brado. And they're here to talk with us about what it's like to do confirmation for those people who maybe are going to be starting confirmation soon, or someone who is like the 5th, 6th grade age who would be interested in starting it. They're going to give us a little insight as to what confirmation is like. So, Gabrielle, tell us a little bit about what the night is like when you come to confirmation.
So you come with one of your parents, you check in, and then the kids go outside to play games while the parents have like their talk and whatever, and then you come in and you do your lesson, fill out a worksheet, and then once a month, you fill out sermon notes for your binder.
Bella, is confirmation hard?
No, it's not too bad. It's pretty easy.
What, besides coming to class and the worship notes, what other things did we do, or what other requirements were there?
You went.
Oh, we had to get service hours.
Yes,
Okay,
we had
yep.
service hours, and
We have to get 25 in a year.
yeah.
Was that easy or hard to fulfill?
It was pretty easy if you do
Yeah,
VBS.
it's easier if you do like VBS and CG Kids VBS is a big help, and then if you do CG Kids once in a while, usually you can accomplish
VBS
that
is like
pretty well.
18 hours worth of service
Yeah.
hours. Yeah. Also, there was pep talks.
Yes,
Okay,
pep talks.
do any of you want to talk about what a pep talk is?
You just kind of like review the stuff that you learned in that like past.
Sometimes you have to like recite memory verses, or like we had
Yep.
to recite the 10 Commandments in a pep talk.
Yep. And it's a one-on-one conversation with you as either Maddie or myself.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's also confirmation retreats that we
Yes.
will go on.
Those aren't required.
They're not required. They're strongly encouraged.
Yeah.
And they're fun.
Yes.
This last time we got to go sledding.
Yeah,
I don't think you guys were there for that one. Yeah, it was up in Prescott.
Yeah. Gabrielle, what do you see as a benefit from confirmation?
It made me more confident in my faith, and I'm more like ready to share my life and faith story with others.
Nice. That's awesome.
Bella, would you recommend the confirmation program to somebody?
Yeah, I think it helps you learn what it means to become a Lutheran and that stuff.
What our Lutheran faith is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you guys both recently did your confirmation testimonies, which we talked about. How was that experience for you? Was it hard, difficult? Because everybody has to do that at the end of the confirmation program.
I think it wasn't too hard, but like you have prompts for like your testimony, and then it's a little hard to make it your own and like write the whole paper, but then once you like get that done, you just come and film it at the studio, and that's not too hard. So
Bella, how was it for you?
It was pretty easy. I just kind of like answered the questions, and then filming it I think was the hardest part.
Yeah. Coming to our studio is different, reading off the teleprompter, but they all did a great job. Ellie did a great job with editing. Not that any of them needed editing.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah.
always nice to be able to speak in front of a camera where we get a couple takes instead of live in front of an audience.
Yeah. And then the families get the links to the videos, and then they can share them with family and friends. So
Totally.
yeah, that's good. So confirmation, if you want to know about confirmation, it's starting September 6th. We start at 6:30. But there's going to be an informational meeting on August 20th at 10 a.m. in the school theater at the Gilbert campus. And then I think at
It'll be
East Mesa
after church at the East Mesa campus.
on the 20th.
On the 20th. Yep.
Yeah. So that way you can learn more about it if you're interested in finding out what confirmation's about and if it works with your schedule, because we also offer online options too. So if you want to hear about any of that, please feel free to come. And too, if you're in 7th and 8th grade, you're welcome to, if you haven't done confirmation, you're welcome to hear about it too.
Yeah. We're excited for you too, as on October 29th at 10:45, we're going to have our confirmation service. So if you want to see a confirmation service or cheer on our youth, it is going to be an awesome Sunday just to be able to celebrate y'all. So we're excited for you.
You can also find out more on our Next Gen website under the confirmation tab, and that's where you sign up for confirmation as well. So thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. We now have Jacqueline Korb here. She was a part of our Idaho mission trip this summer. So Jacqueline, tell us a little bit about it. What did we do? What were some things you experienced there?
Well, on the front end, we got to just hang out and enjoy the beautiful area of Washington and Idaho. And then we went over to the service camp, and we got to be a part of smaller groups with kids from other churches and go around and help communities with whatever service projects we were assigned to.
Yeah.
What was one of your favorite things that we did?
Definitely the boating on the front end of the trip. We got to, which lake was it? Hold on.
Coeur d'Alene.
On the Coeur d'Alene Lake,
Yep.
we got to go out boating and swimming, and that was really fun.
So in case you guys didn't know, we got to go to Maddie's house where she grew up. We spent the night at the church where she went to growing up. Her parents have a boat, so took us out on the boat. And then the camps that we went to, also Maddie had gone to growing up and worked at and stuff. So it was great to see all that. And so now I have like a reference point whenever Maddie like talks about Washington or Idaho. And it was really gorgeous. We also got to see the Iron Man.
Yeah.
Was happening in Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, on our drive up to the camp.
It took us a little, it made us wait about an hour longer.
A little bit of traffic.
Yeah.
But
Some biking, but yeah.
Yeah, Jacqueline, why don't you tell them about your service project? So all three of us, we were on different service sites. So my team, we did a lot of landscaping. So if you need some landscaping help, I now have experts in landscaping with us at the church. But Jacqueline, what did you do with your service project?
So for my service project, the first couple days we just went around the community and did some yard work. We took out an old clothesline. And then our second half of the week, we went to a middle school that had closed and the community was looking to reopen it. And we painted the outside of it. So yeah.
That's awesome.
My service project was I stayed on the campsite, and kids from the city were bussed in, and we did a day camp with them. So we got to lead different rotations with it, kind of like a VBS. I think this was an art camp though, but I got to lead the Bible rotation. How many other kids were there, like as far as like participants in this camp, would you say? Or how many other churches?
I think there was about 100 people, maybe a little bit more total at the camp. I think that was right.
Were we able, okay, so the service stuff kind of happened in the morning. What kind of things did we do in the afternoon?
So when you got back, there was like free time and you could do rock climbing, zip lining, there was a creek, any of that kind of stuff. We went floating down the Coeur d'Alene River, and that was really cool. And then there was more like devotionals and small group time after dinner and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it rained like and thundered a couple of the days we were there. And all of the other churches were from like the Northwest or Midwest, so they were like, oh, it's raining. And all of us, we had our books. We were loving
We're like,
the
we're
rain.
set for the rain, yeah.
We were very excited.
And it was just, like, the weather was just so cool. So it's just nice to
Yes.
not be in the Arizona heat.
Yeah, it was a nice break from the weather for sure.
Yeah. And we got to meet a lot of the other kids from, there were other churches from Nebraska. They drove, from Minnesota, they drove. There was like Washington, maybe California? I don't know.
No,
Just
I
a
think just-
pastor, I think, was.
Yeah.
From there. So that was cool.
Would you recommend this trip to anyone?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it for any high schoolers looking to get out of their comfort zone or do a service project. Maybe if you don't want to go out of the country, this was a great experience to have.
Yeah. Awesome. So we try to rotate different trips, like we do the National Youth Gathering, we do this. We're hoping to have another kind of trip next year. So stay tuned for details about that. But it's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And August 13th is when we start youth back up on Sunday nights. So make sure to check your email. If you have a 7th grader through 12th grader, all of them are invited on Sunday nights. And it's always so much fun. We do worship, devotion, small group time. So if you have any questions, head to our website to check more about youth group on Sunday nights.
Yeah. Well, thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for hanging with us.